Hello and welcome. I'm Geraldine Wilkins and I'm here with my friends Latifah and Gyleen. We are Triple Stitch Collective and we're excited to share with you more information, fun ideas, and exciting news for a day away mystery quilt. And maybe you're new, you're just joining us, or maybe you already know about the day away. I see some of our friends in the chat on YouTube. I think Lori is in the A Day Away. Yes, she is. Who else? Rebecca is here from North Idaho. Looking forward to the adventure. Welcome. Joan is here. Thank you, ladies. And if you're new, I think Gyleen and Latifah can share with you what the A Day Away mystery is all about. Gyleen?
Yes. Okay, so it's a mystery quilt. You get the three of us, which can't be beat, I must say myself. So you get the three of us for a 6 week of a mystery, plus 2 weeks in the front to teach you a mini project on how to use our tools, and a week in the back end to do what nobody else is doing, and that is to teach you how to machine quilt your day away mystery quilt. And Geraldine's got that all wrapped up. So that's 9 weeks total, folks. 9 weeks. 3 instructors, 1 project, 9 weeks. And we're holding your hand all the way for this virtual mystery quilt. Latifah, what can you add?
It's going to be a lot of fun. We're starting in January. We have a lot of details about deadlines and things that we're going to talk about in a little bit later today. But it's really wonderful because we have an online community built in for you. It's like a lot packed into a short period of time. But it's going to be a really fun adventure.
It is. And we already started the fun because we have early registration. And early registration includes a lot of bonuses. But before we get to that, we want to talk to you about something we did last year, and that was a cruise. In particular, we had a chance to talk with 2 of our amazing students, a mother and daughter team who have experienced Triple Stitch Collective on a Caribbean cruise. And Gyleen and Latifah had a fabulous conversation with them, and we want to share that with you. Do you want to hear what they had to say about learning polygons with Gyleen and curves with Latifah, and what their experience was with machine quilting, which is a similar experience of what you're going to have in A Day Away mystery? Who wants to learn more about that? We have Linda here from Maryland. We also have Jackie, who's in Delaware. Ladies, we're so glad that you're here. And let us know in the chat if you are already in and you are already talking in the community. Did you introduce yourself? We want to know more about you. Just like Mariah and her mom, Dee, we got a chance to learn more about them in this interview. So I think, let's see, did anyone say that they were ready? Who is on Facebook? I can't see the chat. You see, Gyleen says yes. I think they're ready. Okay, Lori says I'm in. I'd like to hear that. That's always good news. Hello, Helen. So glad that you're here from Decatur, Georgia. Welcome, welcome. What do you think, Latifah, Gyleen? Should we start the interview? Should they hear this conversation?
Absolutely.
For some reason, I can't hear you ladies. Can you hear me? Yes?
We can hear you.
Oh, okay. Now I can hear
We
you.
can hear you.
Okay, great. So Rebecca says yes, she introduced herself and she's loving hearing about others and everyone else. And Lori says yes, please, let's do the interview. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
We are so glad you could join us. You really have the concept of what it's like to be in the classroom with us. We could start with Dee.
I've been quilting for about 5 to 6 years now. That was my goal when I moved to North Carolina. One of the things I wanted to do was learn how to quilt. I have a little background in sewing. My mom had taught me how to sew when I was younger. I used to make clothes for myself and for my children when I got married and everything. And then I kind of, the sewing machine was more of a dust collector. And then I decided I wanted to take some of these scraps and do something with it. So I took up quilting.
Yeah, did you start at the same time or when did you learn how to quilt?
So I started a little after mom. She was always glowing about quilting. And I'm like, I should do a hobby with mom so that we could do something and share an experience, even though we're far apart. I will say that I've been quilting for maybe a year because I will count my experience with you all as my true dive into understanding the free motion, how to use a pattern, the importance of aligning the points. Because I'm like, it doesn't matter. It's art, but it does matter some.
I had
Yeah.
no clue you were a brand new quilter when you were with us on the cruise. That's really exciting. Which, like some people ask us, we've gotten emails about who can be a part of a day away experience and can you do it as a brand new quilter? So that's really exciting to hear. I wanted to ask a quick question about how was it learning from all three of the different instructors? Because we
Mhm.
each have a different style of teaching. We each teach completely different techniques. You mentioned the free motion quilting class, and this is the first time we've added it onto a mystery quilt online. So really excited about that component. And then, and as a new quilter as well, Gyleen teaches, her butterfly splicing. I'm teaching curves. But talk a little bit about your experience in the classroom with each of the teachers.
I'm a hands-on learner. So being in class, hearing you say it and having you look and kind of critique, that helped a whole lot compared to watching a video and trying it yourself and don't have anyone to tell you go left when you should go right or whatever like that. I really enjoyed the whole hands-on. Each class, each of the instructors was so hands-on and really it's like you really cared. It's like I know there was other students in the class and everybody was very friendly and everybody got together, but just to have the instructors do one-on-one, I felt that helped so much for us, for me anyway.
Absolutely.
And for me, all of my classes, there was a space held of completely no judgment on
Right.
experience levels. And so even just cutting, I didn't do any of the homework and I complained about it. I complained about it for the whole week leading up to the week. I'm like, everybody's not retired. This is not right. Pay for somebody to cut it. Blah, 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 blah. And so what was I doing during my first class with Professor Gyleen? I was in the training room trying to cut strips, and I had never cut strips. And I said, "Dear God, I'm trying to do something for my mom, and this is just miserable." And then one of the classmates said, "Sweetie, what are you doing?" I said, "I'm trying to make some strips." And she told me how to fold it. So then I was trying to read the instructions and forgot her name. The cruise coordinator, she says, "Can't help you. Told you should wait, and Gyleen is coming." And I was like, "She's not coming." When went over there, they're so far ahead, but it was true. Like the actuality that you stopped and you focused on me for a solid 8 to 10 minutes, and you didn't get frustrated. You didn't make any like passive aggressive comments. It was short. Like you gave me the same amount of joy that you gave with the people who already had 4 blocks. And here I was like, I have my pieces, professor. Like, what next? And so that put me at ease in so many ways because I'm like, chill out. This is vacation. This
Right.
is fun. You're
Yeah.
holding yourself up to a standard that's not necessary because you're truly a beginner. So
Right.
after the cruise, for me, I was like a confident beginner. I'm still like I put in my bio that I like to quilt, and I've made wall hangings for like coworkers as farewell gifts, and we did a show together in February. But for me, like the fact that you hold space for all levels in all people and all ages, because we had someone I think low 30s all the way up to 80s,
Yeah.
but you gave us the same type of energy. It felt like we were in this utopia of just creativity. And when someone
Yeah.
tried to bring up the current events, others graciously shut it down and we tap back into sewing, crafting, and creating.
That's the energy we're going into a day away with, right?
Yeah.
Because that's one of the, like, even in picking the name of the event, we're like, we want an escape, we want a safe space, we want a space where like creativity can flourish. So you've already taken classes from Gyleen and Geraldine and myself. What excites you? And, like, why did you choose to do an online mystery quilt with us this time? And what are you looking forward to about this adventure with us?
This is my opportunity to jump into it and stick with it. It's like it's a challenge for me, but it's a goal that I intend to go. And then I have my daughter to help me to be accountable. Because when you're online, what you don't do, that nobody's gonna see it or whatever. But my daughter's gonna keep me accountable, and I appreciate that.
So for me, it's a positive challenge, some accountability, and it's also like, because mom and I are so different with how we approach, we don't know all of what we're going to do, but we have the same set of instructions. And so it's going to be interesting to kind of see what happens.
What would you tell someone who's on the fence about signing up for a day away?
Oh, I would say sign up. I forgot to tell you, mom and I ran into two of the cruise quilters, Miss Joan and Miss Deborah from New Jersey. We ran into them at another quilting conference, but I would say sign up. You have nothing to lose. It's an investment. At minimum, you get community. And the fact that we already are able to chat with each other. And so when I saw Miss Joan and Miss Deborah, my mom was like, two of your classmates, they were in the class with you, but not me. They said, didn't you have a daughter? And it just reminds me of the power of community across state lines, because you never know, somebody might say, hey, I'm coming through New York City, and I'm going to say, all right, I'll meet you in Midtown from the Bronx. Or hopefully one day I could reunite with Miss Joan and Miss Deborah across the river. But community is powerful, and we need community. I mean, life is hard, and we need community. And what better way to do it with creativity as well? The other reason why people should sign up is because you have 3 world-renowned professors that are teaching you some really dope/amazing skill sets. These are creatives, and then they had phenomenal careers before they were creatives. And so it's like, they have to call you professor because they got to put some respect on your name, because your life's work is amazing.
I thank you both from joining us, giving us your thoughts. I look forward to seeing you guys in the community within the platform. So we're there. Tell all your friends, get everybody in. They don't want to miss the maiden voyage of our first mystery quilt. If we think in the future of several of these, you don't want to miss the first count.
That's right.
To say, I procrastinated. The longer you take the sign up, the less of bonuses you get. So the earlier you sign up, it puts you at different bonus categories. So those who signed up the first day or two will end up with all the bonuses. Is
there anything else you want to add to quilters who might be on, joining us on a day away? Or what are you excited about?
Every skill that you learn, practice, practice, practice. And for my daughter, when we went on the cruise, I kept saying practice makes progression. We're not going for perfection.
Wow, what a fabulous conversation. I'm sorry that I missed it. I'm sorry I missed the conversation, but I'm glad to hear about their experience. And I didn't know that Mariah was a brand new quilter either.
Yeah, it was really incredible because, we're really wonderful teachers, but we teach slightly challenging concepts, and I love we all 3 of us invite beginners into our classrooms, right? But just to hear someone who pretty much was a brand new quilter come in, and she totally owned it and totally rocked it and learned a lot. I know. I remember them raving about, Geraldine's free motion quilting component on the cruise, and Geraldine had them really coming out looking like pros at the end there. So yes, it was such a fun experience. But to be able to reconnect with Dee and Mariah was an absolute joy, and we're so excited to see them joining us with the day away.
What I like is the energy that they both have and that they brought to the community. Dee brought a duck for everyone on the cruise, and she just said, let's connect not just with each other as mother and daughter, but I want to connect with the other quilters. And I think they're going to bring that same energy to a day away. What do you think, Gyleen?
Oh, absolutely. They are so stoked. And Mariah, oh, she's so funny, but she's got her mom on point. And during our chat, we even reminisce that it's like me and my mom when we're cooking, where my mom is more the traditionalist and I'm like the wild child there, and she's trying to reel her in. So it's going to be a lot of fun to see their take on the each part of the quilt and their fabric collection, what they're going to choose to do, and how they're going to choose to execute, because they clearly are two different generations, of course, but have actually two different styles. So that's going to be a lot of fun to see. And I'm sure we're going to have other sister teams, mother-daughter teams, grandmother-granddaughter teams. You know, we may actually get some guys in there, and it's all going to be fun because it takes all of us to build this space of a happy community, I think.
Absolutely. One thing that Mariah mentioned that I hope many of you caught, she was trying to do part of her class, but kept getting asked, what are you doing? How can we help? Yes, your teacher will help you. So even if you're not a mother-daughter team or you're not with your bestie, you're still part of the community. You are not alone. I think that was a clear testimony of how our community
Yes.
works together, pulls together to help lift all of us up, right?
Absolutely. And I
Absolutely.
remember, like, in our last two online experiences, with our previous mystery quilts, sometimes the teachers couldn't answer fast enough because the other participants were answering the questions inside of, our community groups at that time as well. So that's one of the biggest things about this kind of experience. And the fact that we do have our community group that's not on Facebook. We don't have all of the distractions and all of that. It's just us there quilting and having a great time. So I'm really, really looking forward to it.
Me too. And I think one of the things that I really like what, you know, Dee ended with, it's not about perfection. So a beginner can come, you can learn new techniques. And she said, learn it and then practice. What sound advice.
Right.
So, ladies, what other things can we share with those who are just joining us for the first time? They just saw this fabulous interview with Dee and Mariah, but they want to know about the mystery. Well, how is that going to happen over the several weeks that we'll be together as a community?
Sure, I can go
Latifah.
on that.
Okay.
Yeah, so what happens is you've all been introduced to the community sort of portion. If you've signed up already, if you haven't, what's going to happen is you're going to get an email that allows you to log in and access and view the community and also the classroom. The classroom doesn't have a lot in it yet, and we will start to put some sort of early pre-work and things inside of it pretty soon here. But what's going to happen on January the 2nd, which is the first day of our mystery quilt, we're going to launch our first class. There's going to be a series of videos involved with that, as well as a PDF pattern and any other bonus kind of things that you may need to help you along with being successful in lesson number one. And that's going to continue every week. Well, actually, not the first. We're not doing a day away first. We have two pre-lessons, but it'll be the same thing, video content as well as any kind of PDF content, week one and week two. And then we dive into the actual day away quilt on week three. So, but that's kind of the pace of it. And every week you have new information come out. We have a new section of the quilt for your pre-lessons, the two pre-early projects that we're doing. And every week, and the community is going to be open. So if you have questions there, comments, you want to show off your work, you can post pictures. So it's going to be very, very interactive.
I really like the part about having the pre-work projects because they get a nice slow introduction into working with the tools, getting
Mm-hmm.
comfortable with the tools. That way it kind of relieves some of the pressure. I like that part of it. Gyleen, Latifah mentioned something about bonuses. How many bonuses do we have? But wait a minute. We are in early registration. We're in bonus time as well. Some of those things are going to end today. Today's the last day, right? to sign up
Yes.
and get the early registration, special pricing, to get bonus number 2, right? So, ladies, if you
Yes.
haven't signed up, listen to what Gyleen has to say about this bonus and the giveaway. Which one you want to do first? The giveaway?
Yes, we could do the giveaway first.
Okay, let's do that. Let's talk about the giveaway.
So, what we have for those who register by today, so that's everybody that did it on the first day launch up till today, will be eligible for the drawing of a Island Batik fabric kit. It's the kit of the entire quilt. And it's enough fabric. It's about 15 plus yards of beautiful batik. And you will be eligible for that drawing. And there's only one packet of these. This retails for $199, this kit. So you will be eligible for that. But to get that, we must see you registered today. It ends today. There will be no extension, no nothing. We're ending that piece today to get you eligible for this incredible giveaway by Island Batik. And so we are very lucky that they actually donated a full fabric pack for us for this process. So you got all the colors. It looks pretty. It comes in this beautiful bow that I worked days on, sweat like bullets, bled at the fingers, but no blood got on the quilts, the whole thing. So this is what we have for the bonus. This is the giveaway. It's not a bonus. It's a giveaway. And the name will be chosen by a random numbers generator and the whole shebang. So we're working on how we're going to do that reveal on who got this beautiful, beautiful package.
A lot of ladies...
I am ready for... Go.
I was going to say, a lot of ladies are commenting about the color palette. They love the colors. So the same colors are also available in solids, right? So we have
Absolutely.
kits that ladies can get in the solids from Superior Solids by Benetex, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We have a limited number of kits. A few of you have been taking advantage of it already. They're available on the website. We have free shipping and it's really nice because with the kit, you don't have to worry about picking out fabric and making sure you have enough and shopping at different stores and all of that. So everything is just right there ready for you to go. And that's for the solids bundle that's available on our website right now.
So, Gyleen, you were just about to say something about bonus number 2. You're so excited about it.
I know.
You couldn't wait to share it. And one thing that I love is that the three of us have very different and distinct styles and contributions to the quilting community. You know, like Mariah said, she called us subject matter experts, and Gyleen is an expert with using lasers and getting a perfect binding. And she is sharing that with you ladies.
So the next bonus that ends, it actually was announced last week, but it ends today. Remember, it ends today, is you will get a video for your viewing multiple times on how I use lasers to prep my quilt to stitch on a binding. Then, if that's not all, you also get to watch me chit-chat through installing a binding. So we're going to do the laser lights first, my marking, all the tools I use for that. That information, to be absolutely honest, I've never ever videoed it for anyone, including all my private online classes. So this is a debut of that. You will have exclusive rights to watching that video on how it's really done. And I don't even think anybody ever talks about this in the book of what and how to do and use 4 laser lights to prep your quilt for the binding. The next video is so cool, and I call it Gyleen's almost perfect binding. And that means I put it on without much stress because I don't consider this my competition binding. I am 2 steps off from a competition binding. So this is it. And my first bindings ever, oh, they were a hot mess. And even though I was a seasoned sewer, I wasn't a seasoned quilter. And I just didn't understand the nuance of really what it meant to have a filled binding or to have a 90-degree corner on a point and cut, like whipping down my corners on front and back to get that 45 miter. So what? You get that up close and personal in a video? Really? Bonus number 2. You really, really don't want to miss this on how I get this knife edge that stays perfectly straight. I love doing stripes. I think they make wonderful borders. I mean, wonderful bindings. So you get to see a little bit of that as well. Don't miss it. You will be sorry. I don't really show off on this often on how I do this. And it is certainly one of the edges that, literally binding edges, that makes the difference in any competitive quilt. They're going to break the tie by looking at your binding. It's the very last step of the quilt. And after you do this beautiful machine quilting, it makes sense. How do you put that binding on to really celebrate the work that you just come through? So I am happy to share it. Bonus number 2 ends today. Got to get on it. Hit that button. Bye. So yes, that's really what you want to do. It's not something that is readily available by anybody out there on how to do it. So.
Well, I'm excited about it. I can't wait to watch the videos myself. I'm gonna learn how to use those lasers. So I'm looking forward to
Geraldine,
that.
we had
Yes.
a question over on the Facebook page, I thought. And Geraldine, the other Geraldine W, Geraldine Wright,
Okay.
says, should we complete the bonus early BERT projects and course before January? Excellent question, and the answer is yes and no. There is some information that will be useful, but you'll have access to all of your bonuses throughout the course of the length of time that you have access to a day away, which is for 6 months after we end as well. So Geraldine's bonuses from bonus number 1, if you were able to take advantage of that, that'll be excellent for setting you up for when we start the machine quilting portion. And of course, Gylene's all about binding, and that of course will be wonderful for you for the end of that as well. So
That was an
Yes.
excellent question. I like that we were able to put together some fabulous bonuses that will help elevate the experience with a day away mystery quilt. Some ladies signed up early and they're getting access to bonus number 1 that has a pattern from Gyleen, one from Latifah, and a machine quilting class on how to set up your machine for success for free motion, and then 3 different patterns to practice so that you get better at machine quilting. All of that combined with the pre-class projects and lessons, it's an amazing mystery package. I don't know where else you get so much with 3 instructors. Some ladies have commented about other mysteries that they did with you ladies. How is this different, this mystery, from the previous ones? Gyleen or
Oh my
Latifah?
gosh. Oh yeah, I mean, Geraldine. That's the difference.
Oh,
I mean, certainly Latifah and I bring the piecing element. We bring our success with piecing, our design element, and with you rounding out the third, we finally got it from start to finish. How to cut, tools, all the way to getting it quilted. I think even for me and Latifah, we're like, oh wow, we need to take this machine part too. My machine quilting game is horrible. I am a hand quilter. It's horrible. But there's so many ladies that would like to machine quilt on their domestic. Some have mid arms. Some even have long arms. And they just need a little bit of push excitement about it, and with your techniques, as you said, you start from, Mariah never knew and was taking off. She was in her own private Idaho with doing her free motion and not even keeping up with the class because she just embraced it and went for it. So, but it's all really due to the setup that you give everybody, Geraldine, and we're not just boasting about it. It's significant. And if anybody doesn't take the mystery to really take advantage of that, they're absolutely missing out. It's something that even Latifah and I find incredible value. And we're looking forward to seeing that part run. We're trying to get those discount codes so that we can do that as well. So I think that really sets this particular mystery apart from our previous ones. And I think another thing that sets this mystery apart from other mysteries, we don't have you making a zillion of anything before you figure out what you're making. So it's not like, oh, go make 300 flying geese and you have no idea what you're going to do with them or whatever. Every week that section is done. And it's what we do with the section afterwards that's also part of the mystery. So you get a reveal basically every week. And so that kind of keeps your adrenaline. I know I need instant gratification, and that gets my adrenaline going to know as soon as 1 week drops, you know exactly what it's going to look like, and you just have to execute. And then the next week, and then the next week, and then the mystery starts unraveling as you see this thing come together for one unified quilt that has a voice of 3 artists, but really one quilt. And
I like that.
powerful.
I like that very much. And I'm thinking about those who are just finding out and they're thinking, oh no, I missed out on those bonuses. You still have access to bonus 2 if you sign up today. But even if you didn't get the other bonuses, the mystery includes 3 tools, one from each designer. Latifah, do you want to share about how significant that is to have access to these tools that can be used not just for the mystery, but they can be used elsewhere?
Absolutely. So all of the tools are what I consider multifunctional tools. So it's not you use this one tool to make this one quilt. So a lot of you who are in our audience already are familiar with the tools that I create and that Gyleen creates. And Geraldine, for the first time, is introducing a machine quilting ruler as well. They're wonderful because you can use them with what you learn and directly on the mystery quilt, but you can also use them for lots of other projects as well. We all have other patterns you can use them on and give you direction on how to use them outside of that.
I really like that. And in Mariah's comments, she mentioned that as a beginner taking classes on a cruise with 3 different instructors, she went from beginner to confident beginner. So much so that she put on her bio, she said, I think she has an interest or she is a quilt maker. That's significant. And I see this in this mystery that yes, you're learning how to piece and put together a final quilt, but you are gaining so many new skills. That part I really, really love. And I love the fact that we're sharing skills with each other, right? Because
Absolutely. Absolutely.
so we have some questions. We have someone asking about, do we only have 6 weeks or do we have more time if we don't keep up? I know there's some who are concerned that they won't be able to keep up with the schedule. Gyleen, what do you say about that?
The whole program, granted, so you have 2 weeks mini class, kind of get the muscle memory going, learning how to use the tool, how to kind of go through some of the techniques. Then the mystery starts. That's 6 weeks. Got it? So that's 9 weeks there. Life happens, and we expect life to happen. We expect vacations, and even we're on the road because we still run our own businesses. So you have 6 months after that to still work on this quilt. You still have access to everything. You're still part of the community. So once you get on the platform, if you're stuck on something, and even though it may be 3 months later, post it on the platform. We'll answer it. We're still monitoring everything. The community is still there. At that point, somebody may have passed that point, and just upload a photo to kind of remind us where you are, and we will jumpstart you and get you back on rolling. So we're not a desertion team, and we built in that time structure to let life happen. There's some major quilt shows that will happen during that time. Some of us will be there. Some of you guys will be there. So breathe. This is, you're not on vacation, but you're on vacation. And we expect that. We really want to have this be fun, lighthearted, and not make you feel like we're the quilt police coming down. That even though you could put on Caribbean music if you want to pretend you're on a cruise, we would go for that. But while you're home listening to stuff and stitching, relax. We're about quilting, learning, and connecting. And you have to do that with a sense of peace. That it's not a race, it's not an urgency. Like Dee said, which I love, that this is not, it's progression. It's not perfect. It's a process and progression of where you are on that continuum. And we're just here to support you. We're excited. It's hard for us to contain our energy waiting to begin, but we still have some stuff. We're still going to entertain you for the month of December if you join us, because we're going to do some games and activity in our community as we build more community space. So we still have more to come outside the bonuses. So you may think, well, the bonuses are over with, I don't want to do it. No. You want to. December, we have a full house of what we have planned for you. So you'll get benefit all along the way. It's just nothing but, because we want to share. We want to share what we know and have some fun. And we want to get to know you. It's not a community about us being the leadership. We're one of you once we're in the community space.
That's
what we want to do.
I really like that, because Mariah had said, I think it was Mariah who mentioned about how important the community was for her, that made the difference. And not to worry about all the other technical things, and how in this day and time we need to have a safe place. And I think, Latifah, you can share more about that. A lot of ladies are probably concerned about not just can I keep up, but what will the community really be like, and how much can I share? And I want to know a little bit more before I join. Some hesitate because they think they need more information.
One of the biggest things I love about our community is that we're going to be the biggest cheerleaders you've ever seen. So, I mean, if you want, honest opinion and feedback, we're there for you. You need direction on your fabric palette colors that you picked, or if your seam is perfect or not. I love that as teachers, we are going to teach techniques so that you can, move towards really, really, really well executed projects. But we also are human and understand that everyone in our community is human as well. So we're going to teach you in such a way that allows you to learn and grow with each step, right? And we even built things into our quilt, the whole quilt, that recognize the fact that we have people in different skill sets. So if your section doesn't come out quite the right size, we have a plan for you so that we can keep going on to the next section and learn and grow that way. And I think I mentioned earlier that sometimes if you have a question and you pop into the community and comment and ask a question, it's the rest of the community that's going to answer before we even get on for the day. So by all means, I love our community. It's welcoming, it's inviting, it's encouraging, and I really hope that you all find it to be a day away, because that's kind of, the way that's the environment that we're trying to foster within this community.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. There's already a buzz of activity. Someone already in the chat said that they said hello and gave a little bit of information about themselves. They're saying where they are in the world. And that's one thing that, Mariah brought up again, was that once she was able to connect with the other ladies after the cruise, realizing that some lived not too far from her, and how
Mm-hmm.
that connection can just grow once you're in it. But you have to be in it, right? To make
Yes.
those connections, to increase your skills in machine quilting and piecing and learning different techniques with acrylic rulers. Now, someone was asking about the tools. They said, well, I didn't know that you ladies made tools. What are they like?
Wow.
Gyleen?
Yeah. So yes, we are. Latifah and I are engineers, so I am so tool centric. I'm a gadget queen. I love tools. I love the ability of the precision cut. It just eliminates one step with has a lot of variables in it, like your seam allowance and that kind of stuff. So if we can cut it quickly, and she already mentioned that these tools are not one trick ponies. So my tools, my polygon tools, there's 5 in the series, and each one cuts a minimum of 4 shapes. Some of them cut 7 shapes, and all of these shapes are mathematically already calculated on fitting together very easily. So we take all the guesswork out of it. So you have that, and then once you move on to the machine quilting piece, that tool has lots of different. It looks simple, but it has lots of different areas and different grooves to do different things. So again, it's not a one trick pony. Um, you know, we're seasoned. I mean, we're not just here to show up. We've been quilting for a very long time, running our own private companies, which we still will be doing. But this is what we do. This is our area of expertise. And so we got tools. We like precision. We like precision because it gives us grace at other parts of quilt making. So if we can start here, we get the grace as we go. And that's the name of the game. That's what lowers the anxiety, because you at least cut it right. You didn't have to calculate anything. You just follow the shape and follow the rules, and we'll kind of lead you there. And then we have ebb and flow as you start sewing. So I think that is important. And you are always welcome to go to our individual websites if you want to see what else we concoct, and see what else we do. But I think the power is in the triple stitch. It's kind of like when you're sewing on a button. If you just stitch it once, it's iffy. If you stitch it twice, it's a little secure. But if you do the triple stitch, that button is not moving. It's on, and it's on secure. So we are the triple stitch. We're the triple stitch when it comes to quilting. You're on, and you will be secure. So you just have to trust us and take the journey. You'll have fun. I promise you'll have fun.
Absolutely. And you just reminded me with the word fun that we haven't talked about some of the swag
Yes.
that we're getting, right? There's a bag, there's a patch, there's a label. Latifah, did you want to talk about that? She's a fabulous designer, and we just love what she has designed for A Day Away Mystery.
Yes, I just got back the patches. We have iron-on patches that are woven, that are really fun. Very similar if you participated in Elemental or the other mystery quilts, and we had patches as well. This time we're introducing a label as well. So it's a woven label that you can stitch into your binding that says the name of the quilt on it, A Day Away. And there's another one that says Triple Stitch Collective. So really fun. I just got the proof back from our sticker. So we have a custom waterproof sticker that you can put on your water bottles or your sewing machine or wherever you want to put. It looks really wonderful. I'm going to save that as kind of a surprise on what that says because it's a little bit different. It was custom designed for this event. And we have a project bag and a couple of other things that we're throwing in as bonuses. So those will be included as part of your fee in your toolkit. So when you receive all 3 of your rulers, you'll also receive all of your swag as well included in that bag. Geraldine, I don't think we talked about the discount that they get as probably part of early bird that will go away
Oh,
tonight
Right.
as well. Do you want to chat about that,
oh
Geraldine?
yeah, sure. I'd love to. Oh, thank you, Latifah. Ladies, this is the last day for the early bird pricing. The last day for bonus number 2. The last day to be entered in the giveaway. You don't want to miss out. If you haven't signed up, what questions do you have? What's holding you back? It can't be because you're a beginner, because Mariah already told you you don't have to worry about that. It can't be because you think you're going to be alone. Again, Mariah and we have also told you that you are not alone. We're here to help you and support you in the journey. You become a part of the Triple Stitch collective family, the community. We want to see you in. We want you to not only get the bonuses, but we want you to be a part of the community. In the chat, let me know if you haven't signed up, what's holding you back. We want to answer any questions that you have, and we don't want you to miss out on the savings, on the bonus, on the opportunity to get the quilt bundle that's valued at $200. If you are interested in a boutique, I know a lot of you in the chat are already signed up and you were asking about the boutique bundle. It is coming soon. Hancock of Paducah is going to have it on the website. We just can't wait for it to go live, and we will let you know in the community when it goes live. But also those who love the solids, we have put together a bundle for the solids, and we can't wait for you to get your hands on it. You can order that now. It's all in the community. A lot of you are already in. And maybe some of you are thinking, well, I want to use my stash or a combination. We got you. We got you covered. We're going to go through all of that. All the activity that Gyleen talked about for December, we're going to talk about the fabrics, the color palette. All of that is coming. But the first thing you have to do is sign up. You have to sign up, right? So we can't wait for you to come. Don't miss out today. What time does it end, Latifah? I think it's midnight Pacific
Pacific,
time, right?
Pacific. Absolutely. So I think we're just a little bit over 8 hours away, counting down for all of the bonuses for the early bird pricing, which gives you $20 off. And so sign up, sign up, sign up. We
Sign
are
up.
so excited for everyone that's already on board, and we look forward to growing this community.
Well, we just had Craft Diva number 5 sign up. She says she's super excited. I am so excited too. We're so glad to have you in the community. We do have a question. We have one from Sue. She says, I won't have enough time to do the project. I can only sew a couple of hours. I watch 2 toddlers weekly. It doesn't allow me time to sew. How do we respond to that? We don't want someone to miss out because they have limited time. We all, like Gyleen said, have busy schedules. Gyleen, how can someone manage the mystery with a full schedule?
Well, first of all, the videos, you do not need to be present to have access to them. They are recorded, so you can watch them any time of the day. So when those 2 little whippersnappers take a nap, you could watch a little bit of it, and it'll save you your place, so you don't have to start from the beginning and figure out where you left off. That video, once you're on the teaching platform, stops because it's custom to you, so it stops when you stop. You can pause it and then come back to it. So I'm not sure if you're a night owl and what your sleep cycle is like, but if you're over 50, you may not be sleeping much, and you can just hit play and put the earbuds in and hear more of the tape. And remember, it's not necessarily, some will keep up because that's what they do, and they will pace it every week. Some will not be able to do that because they're going to be on vacation. They actually may be out of country. So I would say sew a little bit every day. Don't stress yourself out. And that, to be perfectly honest, I think personally that there is value in the videos alone because you'll learn technique. And even if you just practice the technique, you can always move that to your next project, your next baby quilt, or whatever that you have to do. Because we are technique teachers. So you'll know the technique, you'll have the tool, you'll have the mini project. So maybe your thing is, I'll make the mini project over that time. I'll watch the other videos and I'll figure out where you're going. I still have 6 months. It's a lap quilt. It's a generous lap quilt, so you're not trying to make a queen size. And there's a lot of repeated elements. So I think you can do it. I would give it a go. And, yeah.
I like that suggestion about taking in the information, learning the technique of the tools with the mini projects if your schedule is overloaded. I also love what someone has said in the chat. This is someone that has the same name, Geraldine. Geraldine Bright says that she was in a previous mystery and it was a gift to herself. It was an act of self-care. I love that. She said that she just did a few hours of self-care a day through the mystery. It was an opportunity to show up for herself. That's an amazing thing to think about. How often as women do we show up for ourselves?
Absolutely. Yeah. That's smart. That's very smart.
I love
It definitely
that.
empowers you to help the rest of your family members that depend so much. I mean, women's plates are full, but that depends, that you have the whole family really resting on you. So, I know I'm a nicer person if I worked in my studio first. I can tell you that right now. So,
Yes.
so those little ones would be loving it. Ooh, she went to her studio first, and then, other than the rotary cutter is put away, so nobody's injured. My gosh, don't children like to play with scraps? And I learned at 4 years old by playing with scraps first and dreaming of what I could make with them and stitching. So you may get little stitchers out of it when you really think about it.
Yeah, that is so true. I think the mystery in itself, what will the quilt be, is of course a big attraction. But the other mystery is what's going to happen to me as an individual. How is it going to help transform me as a quilter, as a person being involved in community? Who are the new friends I'm going to make as a result? And because it's international, it could be that someone in the community that's 3,000 miles away or 5 miles away that you didn't even know lived that close to you that has the same interest. There's just a lot of surprises that will happen when you're in. And there are only, what did it say, 8 hours left for the early bird registration. It's ending soon, ladies. You don't want to miss out on this opportunity. What else have we not shared? Are there any questions that I missed in the chat? Ladies, there are a lot of comments coming through. If you have another question or you want to repeat the question because I missed it, we want to answer your questions. Let us know. Not Gyleen, but Latifah, what else have we not shared that we should share?
I think we've covered just about everything. We really want you all to take advantage of early bird pricing because you'll benefit every way. People are loving the early bonus that we sent. I got an email back from the last batch that we sent out from bonus number 1, and it basically said, "You absolutely made my day," because it's fun getting surprises and free stuff. And so these are things that after tonight you will not have access to. And everyone that ordered early will get access to all of the bonuses throughout the early bird time period. So save the $20 off the class fee, get your 2 bonuses, and start being a part of this really, really amazing community that we're building. And I can't wait till you see the quilt. We can't tell you much about it at this point, but we're all itching to show you more. But if you've seen the first 2 mystery quilts that we were part of, And if you participated in the cruise or saw some of the projects there, then you're definitely in for a treat.
Well, ladies, I think we've covered everything. We're excited for those of you who have joined us today. Don't forget to tell ladies in your guild, tell your quilting neighbors, tell your friends, your followers to come join the mystery. We welcome everyone. Like Mariah said, we make space for every age, every level. It doesn't matter. Join the mystery. We want to have you in. Any last words, Gyleen?
No, I can't wait. I can't wait. Oh gosh, October is right around the corner, so we're not really that far away, literally. And how appropriate the name, a day away. We are a day away to a new beginning, a day away for so much. And that image that Latifah designed with that beautiful sunrise, sunset, depending on what coast you're on, just puts us in the right frame of mind of what is to come. I'm just, it's hard to contain myself, to really be honest. I can't wait.
All right. You know what? Before we close, I just realized we did have one housekeeping thing. Latifah, did you mention something about shipping, international shipping you wanted to talk about?
I did. I got an email or two from some of our international uh, people who follow us or fans who have participated in things with us before. And I just wanted, we kind of battled with this before because we do understand sort of the dynamics of the world that we live in right now with shipping fees and customs and lots of other things. So we did leave this open for our international customers. We have a few people from Canada and Australia and the UK currently. We know that it's a little bit of a prohibit, like it can be a little prohibitive when you look at the shipping fees and that type of thing. But we did want to make it available for you, and make it, because we do want you to join if you would like to. And if not, we will have things in the future that you can be a part of as well.
All right, then, ladies, we will see you soon. We will
Thank
be
you.
back. We can't wait to see you. Don't forget to like and follow us on all of our social media. If you have a question, drop it in the comments. If you're watching the replay, comment replay with your question so we know that we want to answer your questions. If you're already in the community, several of you joined tonight. We're so excited. Introduce yourself in the community. We can't wait to see you. And in fact, if you have already signed up tonight and you didn't know, you have a special social badge. We want you to share that badge. Let me see if I can find it for you just to remind you what that looks like. It says, I'm in. So share the badge, follow us on socials, ask questions, bring your buddies. We can't wait to see you. All right, ladies, thanks
Thank
so
you so
much. We'll see
much.
you. We'll see you next
Bye.
time.
I'm practicing my heart.
I
Your heart. Can
noticed.
I do that? How do
I
you?
know it looks like a spider.
How, how
I
do you
don't
do
know.
that?
Maybe I should just butterfly.
All
Bye, everyone.
right.